Hello, everybody on the internet. We're doing it live. Episode 192, Aimless Podcast, or 183, one of those numbers, Aimless Podcast.
Woo, a number.
I'm Taken Master, joined by...
Traptical?
And I'm Joe of Tiger Fox. And Joe. And my name's Joe. If you haven't figured out, my name's Joe.
Hello, yes, it's 193. Pretty sure.
Alright, yeah, my bad. Guess what happens, whatever.
That's what happens when you go live, and we really haven't discussed what we're going to discuss today, so
Woo.
we apologize.
We know the first segment, because it's always the same. What you been playing? Who wants to go first?
Star Wars The Old Republic. That's what I've been playing. But I'll let Tropical go first.
Actually, I was going to guess that's what you've been playing.
Oh, okay,
and
right.
I was going to say, unfortunately, I haven't been playing it, because Diablo III is out now, and I don't get to use the awesome computer anymore. So my experiences in Star Wars will have to wait until I am home employed, possibly self-employed in the near future.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's kind of a fun thing. But yeah, so I've been playing Diablo 3 as much as the servers will allow me. So apparently this time, and I totally didn't pay attention, so I didn't know this, but it's all server side now, so you have to have internet in order to play Diablo 3, even if you just want to play by yourself. Kind of sucks.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. I mean, when Ubisoft did that with
Was it Assassin's Creed?
Was it Assassin's Creed? I can't remember. It was one of their games. Everyone was up in arms, like, "Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing! Boycott, pirate and everything." Blizzard, I guess, has much better goodwill, and people were, there is still a lot of people complaining about it, but there just seems to be a lot of people also who are just totally okay with that. It's that strange thing I was talking about. Like, for some reason, games as an industry has its consumers on its side, whereas everything else, take Verizon today announcing probably that unlimited plans, even the ones that are grandfathered in, they're all ending. Everyone has to have a limited plan now. And yeah, I don't see anyone defending that decision. Verizon needs more money. Come on, people, we're using so much of their bandwidth. Never happens. But with Project $10, probably an equal number of comments on forums were like, "Yeah, come on, we support our developers and stuff. Used games are terrible for the industry." Blah blah blah. I was like, really? That's so weird. It's like, why do we care? But anyway, wow, my own tangent. That's exciting. Aimless podcast. Also picked up Max Payne, because, I was talking about it earlier. I did a really good job selling it to a few people, and they came in today, and they were all crazy. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm standing here at work, but all I can think about is playing more Max Payne. I just want to go back," and there's this feature where you can slow down the last kill in every area. And he was telling me, he's like, "I'm just wasting all of my bullets during those, because I'll slow down and then just keep pushing shoot even though the guy is clearly dead, and I'll just waste all my bullets there." And I thought, wow, that's all right then. I have not played too much of it yet, but so far, yeah, production value is really, really good, which is awesome. Should I play Starhawk last week?
Yeah.
Because I did this week too. Finished that. That's
Yeah, you just started it last week, and then now you're like, "I'm done."
Okay. It's really short.
That's cool. What are your thoughts on Starhawk?
The campaign is really short, and I guess I kind of understand why people call it a extended tutorial, because it really is. Every level has something new, and then by the time you've seen all the new stuff, the campaign just kind of ends. They're like, "Oh, all right then." And it was weird because for the most part it felt like playing StarCraft because you would start off and you have to build a base and then go out and kill whoever it is you're fighting against. But then some other levels would just take me out of that entirely. It would just be, oh, you're flying in this hawk and you have to go around and destroy all this stuff, and then more stuff will come out. So those levels felt like the old TIE Fighter games, or like Crimson Skies and things like that. And then finally there were some levels which were almost straight up shooter. You would run around and just third person shoot things. So yeah.
So as far as like so is there like a lot of variety as far as like each segment of the game is completely different than the next, since it's like mostly this is how you do this each time you play a part of the game?
Kind of. I mean, well, the thing is, like I said, every level introduces you to new stuff, but you still have the old stuff. So what you could do is, every single level build the same things, and potentially you could get through just that way. I don't know. Yeah, it never felt repetitive throughout the campaign. One, probably because it was really short, but also, yeah, every level is like, oh, a new toy, and you get to play with the new thing, and it's like, oh, another new thing. It's like, cool. And in addition to that, because of the sort of build and battle system, most of the places you start out in there's no base or anything. There's no walls and stuff. So you build your base. And not only that, you can actually run out into the enemy area and start dropping buildings on them too. So your base can be all over the map if you want. Yeah, it's pretty good. I haven't played much multiplayer yet, though, so we'll see. So far, I guess my problem was, yes, the campaign feels kind of like a tutorial, but no, it doesn't feel like a tutorial for multiplayer, because all it does is show you the parts. It doesn't feel like playing multiplayer at all.
Oh, so there's like no strategy of this is how you should use this mechanic in the situation.
Yeah, it's just like, here, this is what's happening. Beat it how you want. And occasionally there'll be parts where it's like, oh, they have tanks. Here, we'll give you tanks too. So you can use those tanks and fight them, or you could, just as easily drop down in a plane and or, drop a building on the tank or do anything like that.
Nice.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. And it feels really polished. I think that part of it I really appreciate. Huh. What else have I played?
Well, if I can be so rude and interrupt you.
It's all good.
While you're collecting your thoughts on what all you've been playing. Because I've got a meeting I've got to go to here shortly, so I'm going to go ahead and share my part. I've been sick. So, like Mother's Day morning, I woke up just feeling absolutely terrible. I think it was a virus because I threw up 4 times. I ran a really high fever. I stayed kind of feverish for a day and a half. Stayed sweaty for 2 days and just felt generally horrible. And that puking I did, oh man. See, well, I mean, I'm my stomach, I felt it convulse in ways it has never convulsed before when I puked, super powerful puke. I was like, holy crap, I did not know I could vomit that hard. So yeah, that was kind of crazy. So I didn't really do a lot for 2 days, and then finally yesterday I played a little bit of Star Wars for the first time in 3 days. So that was the first game I actually played. And yeah, it's still fun. I loved it. I wanted to play, but I was too dizzy and nauseous to stay vertical to play. So yeah, not too fun. But hopefully very soon I will have a job, so that's good. That's a good thing. You know, it's only been since February the 17th. So, we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow morning, we'll see. But, still playing Star Wars. I hear everybody's playing this Diablo 3 game. I have never played Diablo, nor seen anything about it, nor played it, so I don't know. I think it's one of those games I might not ever play, and I'm completely fine with that, just like Halo. So, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know about that.
Well, I'm not saying that Diablo is like Halo. I'm saying I've never played Halo, and I'm completely fine with that.
Okay.
I'm not comparing.
Well, I'm
Diablo
saying just like,
Halo.
I'm not really sure why you're saying that you're never going to play this one, because it is similar to the type of game that you play.
Well, I don't know.
It continues forever, and it's just like gear collecting and being more and more powerful and being awesome. Yes. It's like, this is, you know, people used to call Borderlands a first-person Diablo.
Yeah.
So this is the third-person Borderlands.
Okay. Well, right now the limiting factor is money, so I might get into it later, maybe. I don't know. Is it one of those games where you really need to play it from the beginning, from the first, or can you just jump into Diablo 3 a newbie and be like, oh, okay, this is great?
I mean, the gameplay is going to be fun, because it really hasn't changed too much, I believe, over the years. The lore part is going to be kind of confusing with the names, but other than that, it's perfectly fine. My wife, she doesn't remember the story of Diablo at all, but she was super excited to play it. Okay, well. So now she's like, when she saw it, it's like, oh my gosh, we need another computer.
Well, in the guild that I'm in Star Wars, like in guild chat and general chat, and even on Mumble where we're using voice chat to talk, I've been hearing a little bit about the game, and it sounds interesting, but I don't know. I don't know. I might need to be, I'm afraid to say it, but I think soon I might be needing to take a little bit of a break from RPGs or something. I don't know. Something different. I don't know. Well, I might finally play Mass Effect 3. Who knows?
Maybe.
But that's pretty much all I've been playing. And I think I'll just leave it at that and get off to my meeting. So you gents have fun.
All right,
Tiger Fox.
Bye!
Man. Diablo. Speaking of Diablo, did I mention how crazy I've gone with this game?
No.
The last time I went to a midnight launch was, or I guess I did get Call of Duty, but the one I remember was Halo 3. And I actually bought it, went home, and played until probably 4 or 5 in the morning. Went to sleep for a few hours, and then beat the campaign by 10 in the morning that next day. So with this one, midnight launch, I actually bought a digital copy a week before the game came out. Installed that, so it was all ready to go for midnight. And then we also bought the new computer. We bought the Diablo headset, which lights up and is really cool. Then went even more out there, bought a collector's edition, bought a Diablo mouse, which is pretty standard price for gaming mouses, but it's not a cheap mouse. It does its main feature is that its buttons last 3 times longer than a regular mouse.
Okay, I was about to say, what is the point of a gaming mouse optical that makes it sets it apart from a regular mouse?
It's supposed to be durability. It's little things. So one, they have different pads on the bottom for the feet, so they glide smoother over different surfaces. They have higher imaging resolution, so you can actually turn up the sensitivity super high, and little movements of your hands will move the mouse a lot more. I'd never use those because it's too hard. But then, yeah, with the Diablo mouse, the developers of the mouse went out and they're like, okay, what's the most click-intensive thing you can do on a PC or a Mac? And it's like, it's probably Diablo or StarCraft. So they went and they just got really high-quality switches inside their mouse. And each of the mouse buttons is rated for 10 million clicks.
Wow.
And it's actually guaranteed for 10 million clicks. And apparently a regular mouse does like 1 to 3 million clicks. So, hearing that, it's like, wow, that's really impressive. I guess the cool part about related to that is the driver software actually counts how many clicks you've done for each button, and then you can actually look at how many clicks you've clicked or performed. But anyway, so yeah, I heard that, and being in my Diablo 3 craze, it was like, oh wow, that sounds really impressive. That's really cool. I think I'm going to get that. My wife's playing right now, if you heard that.
I was like, what was that?
It's funny because she's level 12 playing in a level 4 or 5 game, and I was like, that shouldn't be anything dangerous. But anyway, back to the mouse thing. It's like, wow, 10 million clicks. And in my frenzy, I just sort of bought it. And after a few days, I've been thinking, like, you know what? I've never, ever heard of a mouse dying because it got clicked too much. Like, has that ever happened to you?
No.
Has it happened to anyone? So, yeah. I was like, well, maybe this wasn't that smart, but it's still really cool. None of it was smart. In addition to that, also got the Collector's Edition Strategy Guide just for this, it's like a metallic Diablo head bookmark. After I got that, I was like, I don't really have any books. I mean, and this isn't Kindle compatible, so yeah. Oh man, but it's exciting to be totally immersed in, I guess, Diablo consumerism. Yeah. Some fun stories so far. I like how in this one, in the past, all the enemies are going to be, they were all about the same size. But in this one, you have some really big enemies, and they're not all bosses. Like, sometimes they're just regular enemies. And I was playing a co-op game with my wife and a friend, and we wandered out into the field and sort of gotten separated because we were all sort of exploring. And suddenly, my wife, she types SOS into the chat. I was like, what's that? So I started walking over to her, and there was like this giant tree that was just like walking and attacking her. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a giant tree. Yeah, it's fun. Guess you had to be there. Oh, and I forgot to open Mass Effect over the weekend. My bad. This week. Is there an operation every week?
It's every other week.
Every other week. So
but this last weekend we all failed, so yeah.
Oh.
It was a really ridiculous one. It was like 3 million banshees, and like the past ones had been 1 million of a certain unit, so yeah.
Wow. Does it give a final count?
They had been giving the counts when we had passed them, but this time they didn't, so...
Oh.
Well, they didn't give, like, an exact number, they'd just be, like, over however many, or they'd give, like, a vague amount, so, yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. Then maybe after this weekend. Yeah. No, I'm gonna say that. I think that's probably all I've been playing.
Yeah, I haven't played Diablo since, like, 1999 when I was in middle school, or somewhere around there.
Are you gonna get the third one?
I haven't played the second one, and I want to play the second one first, so...
Oh, okay.
I have it on my Battle.net, whatever, I just haven't... I haven't played it, and I probably won't anytime soon since I'm so consumed by Mass Effect right now, so
yes.
yeah, it'll be a while.
All right,
it's on the to-do in the future list.
We should have... I forget where I saw it. I think it was the Married Gamers podcast. They had, I think the month of August for them is their backlog month. and they just sort of play old games. Sadly, I think August now has new releases that I'm interested in. So maybe July. Maybe we could do July.
Yeah, I think June has like a bunch of digital stuff coming out, like Set Radio or Jaguar Radio and Virtua Fighter, whatever the new one is. So
yeah, it's like Final Showdown or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh man, I need to catch up on my Virtua Fighter skills because they're pretty atrocious since I haven't played it in forever.
Yeah, me too. Who did you use?
Lion.
Oh, okay. I used mostly Pi or Pi's grandfather, who plays almost exactly the same.
It's funny too because I'm gonna go back and play like the PS2 version just because it has child mode or whatever it's called. There's like a certain, I think it's conquest mode, and it like teaches you all the basics and everything, like how to play. So it's like I have to like build up my Virtua Fighter game like from the ground up since I haven't played it forever, and I know I'm terrible, and I want to get a lot better. Because I remember being like, at least thinking I was really good when I played against like the AI on the PS2 version that like you have to like go round and round and round in the Kumite mode and like not lose. So
yeah. I knew a guy here. He claimed to be top 10 in Asia, and it was like, I think it was like one of the first gamer guys that I knew in college. I was like, oh, cool. And he invited me over to his place, and man, he pushed me really hard to play that game. He's like, come on, you gotta play like it's a tournament. I was like, I've never been in a tournament. I think I beat him maybe 2 rounds, never consecutively. But yeah, no, he played Akira, and he would just do that. Like, Akira has that little kick where he sort of kicks you in the shin, and it's sort of like a middle attack, so you have to sort of duck down a bit to block it, and then if you blocked it, then he just kept doing it because it was really fast. But if you missed, then he busted out like a 3-move combo that would take off 70% of your health. So he just beat you in 6 moves. Like, man. So I learned to parry, and then I would parry that thing, and then I could do my punch, 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 kick combo. And yeah, beat him twice. But I think that was probably the peak of my Virtua Fighter skills. After that, I was like, oh, there's no one to play with.
So, yeah, as far as what I've been playing, I guess I'll start with the handhelds. Dragon Quest V. I got to a boss I'm stuck on, and I'm not stuck, it's just... It's hard. I can't really talk about the context of the boss fight without like spoiling anything. And like, when I was playing, I kept doing damage, and I was playing for a really long time because I had put it to sleep and then opened it back up, and like I just kept fighting and fighting, and I kept doing damage, and like it didn't die. So now I'm thinking, okay, there's obviously like more of this boss fight than just doing damage to it. Because at one point it's like blah 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 starts to remember, and I'm like, maybe I have to. Well, you can't talk to enemies in the middle of a fight, or maybe you have to like use an item on it or something, or do something to have it react other than attack it, because that's not killing it, which is not ending the battle, which is why I'm stuck. So I'm stalled yet again. And, well, I guess I haven't been stuck yet in this one, but like Dragon Quest V, I'm stuck. So yeah. Oh, actually, it's cool because there's a mechanic in that one that was not in the Dragon Quest IV, and it's like you can get monsters on your team. Because where I'm at in the story now, I separated from all the other NPCs that were on my quest with me, because they're all like, I resolved all their issues, and they're like, oh, well, good luck, Tegan, see you later. And I was like, oh, I'm back to being alone on my quest now, with no NPCs. Awesome. So you can recruit monsters, but they have to be lower level than you, and they'll level up and be able to do attacks and stuff and get abilities for themselves. That's pretty cool. And then it was cool, because like the majority of the game that I played through so far was like just me and this other dude, like one of the NPCs that just left my party, and like the way I had been like using my equipment was that like when you go into the shops in the towns to like buy equipment, you can get like the swords or boomerangs or flails or whatever, depending on what your character is, and like the weapon you have has a certain characteristic. So what I did was the boomerangs, they attack all the enemies on screen, and then like the flails will attack a group of enemies. So it's like if you're in your random battle, and there's like 2 of the wolf thingies and 2 of the blob thingies, and like it attacks groups, so you can either attack the blobs or the wolf thingies. And like the boomerang, which my main character was using, so I would attack like all of them, and then I'd have my support character or the other character in the party uses the flail thingy on like a group. So I'd like concentrate on groups of enemies instead of like equipping them both with like a sword and like just attacking one enemy at a time, because I thought it was like way more efficient, and it did work pretty good. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool how they did that, because that was in the previous games. I thought that was pretty cool. And so like now, well, before I had any monsters in my party, I just used like a boomerang to just attack all the enemies, because it seemed like I hadn't gotten to an area yet where like there were a lot of higher leveled enemies that were like giving me problems. So I was like, okay, this is going to work until I either get more monsters in my party or until I get into a higher area that has more leveled up enemies, which usually when Dragon Quest doesn't happen, you just like go into the area and you die because you're like, oh, I'm too weak to go here. So, and you end up back at the church and you can just heal yourself or whatever. So, yeah. That's the other thing about Dragon Quest is I know I talked about this in 4, but it's the same in 5, where like there's no penalty for death, which is, I guess, is actually, at first I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of, it's interesting. I'm not gonna say I agree with it, but it is very interesting, because like compared to all the other JRPGs, it's like you kind of have like a fear of going into a like fight and not being ready and like being taken down and like it's game over. Whereas in Dragon Quest, it's like you die and there's no consequence. It's not as stressful. So I seem to be enjoying it more, I think, because of that. So it's like Final Fantasy 13 is like the same thing, where it's like you die and you can, or was it you can restart a battle, or what was it? I forgot.
Yeah, if you die, you just hit retry, and then you start like right before the battle, so you can actually change your paradigms and stuff.
So yeah, it's like I find it interesting that like it took that long to like get that concept brought back, because I actually enjoy it more, I gotta say, as opposed to the way it's been in every other JRPG I've played. Like, I don't know. I think it's just because it makes it easier, and so it's not as, or maybe it was like optional or something, or if like the difficulty was like changed. But I think it's weird that like more JRPGs don't have that option, where it's like you go into a random battle, you die, and there's no like permanent or like the time that you have spent in the dungeon getting from point A to point B or whatever, and then you get into a random battle and it's game over and you have to restart from wherever you last saved. It's like, yeah, that's I'm not gonna say it's too hardcore, but it's just that concept I think is something that should be like reevaluated by all people making JRPGs. Cause I like it. I don't know. After playing Dragon Quest, I'm like, oh, it's not so bad, because I die all the time. Well, I don't die all the time, but when I think it's like it instills a thing when you're playing that you don't have any concept of, oh no, or you don't get as mad at the game, I guess. So it's like you still have fun and you enjoy it more, as opposed to being like, F this game, I'm done. Like, I think it's so many times when I've been playing a JRPG and I'm just like, F this game, I'm never playing it again. Like Final Fantasy 8, I've like not beaten in like probably over 10 years or whatever. Like, I have not beaten that game ever, and I don't know if I ever will. But like, I just think about it and like, F that game, because the final boss is just and they're at the end of the final dungeon, and it's like you have to go through all these harder monsters, and it's just like So yeah, but so yeah, Dragon Quest 5, I'm enjoying that, and besides that, I think the only thing. Yeah, okay, besides that, I've only been playing Mass Effect 3. I finished my 5th playthrough, and I was going to start my 6th playthrough, but I was making a YouTube video, and I put it on the hardest difficulty, and I died, and I was like, dang it, and that was right before the podcast, so I was like, I deleted that file, and I'm going to restart it when I'm done recording. Oh, but then I looked at my sheet of stuff I was writing down while I was playing, and there's something I forgot to talk about. So basically, this is like the last thing I probably wrote down when I was like making notes about stuff that's awesome. Okay, so basically, what I wrote down was, when in conversation with old squad mates or acquaintances, they are acknowledged in dialogue most of the time. So basically, whoever's in your party, if they know that person from previous games, they'll actually like respond to them. It's not like Mass Effect 1 or Mass Effect 2 when it's like Shepard is basically talking to them and has 2 people with him, and they don't even acknowledge their existence. It's just Shepard talking to someone like, oh yeah, there's 2 other people with me that you might know or might remember, but who cares about them, because it's all Shepard all the time. It's like, no, it's pretty cool, because like they'll be like, oh hey, or when you go to Okay, I'm not gonna say what happens, but yeah, it's pretty cool that they did that. So yeah, I thought that was cool. And then like on this news playthrough with the crazy ship, who I'm calling, because oh man, the stories I gotta tell. So basically, crazy ship. Like I was using Kaiden since he's dead in every playthrough, like for every mission, just like see his dialogue, and James because okay, I'll get to why I was using James next, but we got to the side quest with Jacob, and like neither of them had known Jacob, but he didn't say anything to them, so it made sense why he didn't say anything. So I was like, oh, that's cool, because like I was like wanting to see like what he would say to them, but he didn't say anything. He didn't acknowledge him. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like so now I'm gonna like play through that again with like a character or a shepherd I imported from the previous two games to see if it's the same. But then oh wait, I guess I can't. Well, I guess Ashley doesn't know him, so we'll see what happens. But okay, crazy chef. So man. Okay, so basically, like I said for Mass Effect 2, how nobody should play that game if they had not played the first game because they like have no context, et cetera, blah blah blah. Like play the first game before the second game because it's not gonna go well for you. Same thing with Mass Effect 3. Like, do not use default shippers if you're playing for the first time because you have options that are locked out to you. That see, I had to replay this. I replayed the shepherd to redeem her. Because I was like, oh no, Shepard, why'd you do all that evil stuff when I was playing with you, action-style Renegade? And then playing it this way, I went full Paragon, thinking, oh yeah, I can use the Sands of Time, Mass Effect style, and fix everything. And then I got to one very, very tragic moment in the game, where I was looking forward to fixing. Not only could I not use my get out of jail free Paragon or Renegade response because I was locked out of not using them, but I had the opposite thing happen than when I played through it last time, and I was even more sad, and I was like, I want to punch myself in the face right now. Thank you, Mass Effect. Thank you, Crazy Shep. But then I only had myself to blame since it was not on action, but I didn't have the choice, and I was like, no, I have to choose between, no! So I had to make a choice, and it was even worse than Vermeer, like 1,000 times, and yeah, but it was weird because like I felt like I did the right thing, even though I regret it. I was like, I don't care. I threw a certain species of aliens, who I will not name because it's a spoiler, under the bus, but they kind of deserved it. And yeah, F them. But it's all good because that's Crazy Shep and my shepherd. He saves everybody, but Crazy Shep, nope, would die. Yeah, that's the name of that playthrough. Default shepherd, people gonna die because. Not only did that happen, but there's another part later on where I was like, okay, without spoiling something that happens after that, I was like, oh, I wonder if that'll affect that, because it didn't, since it didn't happen when that went down. Like you, for whatever reason, even though you have the dialogue options there, it doesn't do the Paragon magical get out of jail free card like I just said, and like you save the day and everybody lives and happy. No, somebody died, and I was like, well, I wasn't that sad because it wasn't a character I was like too attached to, but I was like, oh, that sucks. So basically, I was like, oh, apparently Default Shepherd in Mass Effect 3 is a tragic story of people gonna die, and hey, have fun with that, because you should have played the first two games. Go F yourself. Yeah. Oh, okay, besides that, single player stuff I've been doing. Multiplayer, I'm now on silver difficulty and enjoying it a ton, because it's basically a step up from bronze, and it's more credits, so it's like, yes, every game gets more credits, but it seems like it takes a bit longer. It's like, I think average 30 minutes to get through, but you get like twice as many credits, so it's like, it's worth it. So, yeah, I've been enjoying that, and, I guess I already talked about it, but we felt the Operation Exorcist over the weekend, but whatever, I don't care, so. Oh, there's also apparently a rumor. Well, see, the thing is like, there's two different, rewards you get, and one is for the, squad objective, and one is for the, like, overall objective. So I got the squad objective of getting through gold on any map. So I just haven't redeemed, or haven't got that yet in the store, so whenever it gets there, I'll be like, yeah, I got my free, awesome new gun. And then, so we felt the other one is like, whatever, it's just a random thingy of cards anyway. Okay, so there's that, and then, I completely forgot what I was talking about. I know I was talking about where I'm going. I forgot where I was going with this. So, gold, bronze. Oh, okay. So that was operations. Oh, I don't know. I lost track of that. I'm sorry. But Mass Effect 3, I'm still playing the multiplayer, still loving it. I haven't played any of the new classes yet, even though I have them all, just because I've been cracking on the single player still. So, I think I'm gonna take a break. I'm trying to decide if I want to take a break and like go back to Mass Effect 2 to get all my shepherds into 3 because I don't have them all finished. But I think I'll just wait until I finish 3 with all the ones that are ready for prime time and then go back to 2. So because I went back to 2, man. No. That it's not that 2 is bad. It's just 3 is so much better. It's like. And Shepard's repertoire, like the combat roles, I miss the combat role. Like I love the combat role. I love the combination of abilities, like biotic explosions and tech explosions and fire explosions and all that stuff. Like, and yeah, just so much better. And like yeah. What can you say? Mass Effect 3 is. I think the other thing is like in like the back of my head, I just know I didn't really like Mass Effect 2. More than one, so like I was like I in the back of my mind I was like I didn't like Mass Effect 2 that much anyway, so I did like it, but like there's like nitpicks about the story that just like drive me insane. So like 3 is out and like way better. I'm just like haha, suck it, Mass Effect 2, but yeah. I remember where I was going with that multiplayer tangent. I just remembered now. So basically, there is a rumored Rebellion DLC, and it was like a rumored last week. I forgot to talk about it. But basically, there's going to add, like, 2 different... Okay, supposedly the rumor is, like, they're adding male Quarian units, the Engineer and Infiltrator, and then Whatcha units, and supposedly there's a third unknown race class that is going to be I think, Vanguard and Adept. It's the Phoenix. Like, that's the code word for it, and nobody knows what it is, but that's what they're using on the... or that's what the description on the Hong Kong PlayStation Store says.
Oh yeah, I saw that rumor.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Gamer's here. We're gonna take a break, add him to the call, and come back with what he's been playing. And so yeah, we'll be right back after this. We're back. Gamer12 has joined us, but first, I just remembered something about Mass Effect 3. So basically, I was playing with my friend, and we were playing on silver in a public lobby, and like after each match, he'd be like, F5, oh, and like have some expression, and then like say, servers are still down, and he'd be talking about Diablo 3, because he was like, waiting for the servers to get back online so he could play. And then when they did, we were in the lobby, and he left us. And then, yeah, luckily that gave us host migration. That's the other saving grace of that game's multiplayer is that it has host migration. Because if it did not, I'd be angry. And yeah, but it does. So, Gamer, what have you been playing?
Pretty much just Max Payne 3 and Diablo 3. Max Payne 3, it's as good as I hoped.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Man, just killing people is so gratifying in the game. It's like headshot, prone dive, headshot while prone, and then turn around, headshot. Oh, so good.
I can't wait to see what the long-term impressions are for that game, because game trailer said it was like 8 to 10 hours or something. It said it was long.
That game trailer's review, I'm not saying it's shit, but it's suspect. It's suspect, because I don't care about the score. I watched it, I was like, it seems weird that the main complaints were the enemies are too hard or something, and what was the other... There's so many cons in that video. It was like, holy shit.
They talked about the like effects of that thing it does.
It's not really like Canyon Lynch 2 where it's like YouTube video artifacts or something. It's like pretty much just like distortion effects, like pretty much when you see a Tony Scott movie, when you saw like Man on Fire. That's pretty much every time there's a cinematic, there's like 15 of those happening at once. And I'm like, oh my god. I mean, it's not to me. It's not distracting because I'm not playing, so it's only a visual thing. So it's fine. I mean, some people would find it weird or not to their liking, but for me, it's like when they do the comic book panels, that's great, but they don't use it that much. They use that distortion crap all over the place. They're like,
that's too bad. When I saw the behind the scenes of that, I thought that looked really cool.
Yeah,
it's cool if you do it once or twice.
How it just like flows from like scene to scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, the seamless gameplay, like the background loading during cinematics, is great because you don't see one loading screen except when you die. Like the loading screen when you die is like a second or two. So even then, it's like doesn't matter. Oh, I got killed. I'm gonna wait like 30 seconds or something. No, it's like 2 seconds. You're back in. So that's cool. I don't know what they did. It's like on PS3, like compared to like Red Dead Redemption, like it looked pretty bad on PS3 compared to the 360 version. Like it was like low res, the frame rate was kind of bad. But this one, the only thing I've seen so far is just the frame rate is just a bit lower, but everything else is pretty much on par. Pretty cool.
Interesting. I actually bought the 360 version of Max Payne because I didn't know if anyone would be playing the PS3 one. Plus, there's like some people I know that bought it because I told them to. I was like, fine, I'll get it too, and then we can join a crew and then yeah. But anyway, it's a 2-disc game on the 360.
Yep. Gotta love that DVD. It kind of sucks for people that are renting from Redbox because they only supply the first disc.
Really?
So you're only gonna get half a single player. That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they went that route of just putting a load of video. That's why like the PC version is like 35 gigs. Like,
wow.
That's terrible.
Wow.
I don't know how I'm gonna like even try to download that. It's gonna take like 2 days or something.
Yeah, at some point when I get that one, it's crazy.
Yeah, the game is great. Just killing. I mean, it's pretty shallow. All you do is just kill people. There's like there's some escort missions, but it's like it's not that bad. It's like the same escort missions from like Max Payne 2 where you're dragging around that mob boss while he's in a baseball bat suit. Same thing. It's like you're just doing the same thing where he's hiding and then you're just off killing people. But yeah, I like it, man. The shootouts in that game are so insane. Like, it's so great when you do that shoot dodge. Oh, that was a main complaint. Like the shoot dodge was ineffective. And man, I'm playing this on like hard. No way, because like if you run out of what is it called, juice or something, adrenaline, yeah. Shoot. Whenever you do shoot dodge, it's like it doesn't matter if you have adrenaline or not. It will still do the slow motion when you're doing a shoot dodge. So it's helpful, like if you have nothing left, and then you're just like, oh man, I have like 2 guys left. I'm gonna shoot dodge and just headshot them both, and it's pretty cool. You get to chain the adrenaline so that once it rounds out, you just do that shoot dodge dive, and you still get that extra slow motion time. So that's pretty cool.
I think what Tiger Fox said about Diablo like applies to me with Max Payne. Like I had never played it, so the third game is out and it looks awesome, but since I haven't played it, I'm just like, whatever. Well, I'm not like whatever because I have the first one like on PS2 somewhere in my backlog, but I just haven't got a chance to play it. So, I'm not gonna say I had my fill, but I remember playing Enter the Matrix and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Maybe it's kind of like Max Payne, but yeah, it's probably way better. But I'm kind of cracking out on Max Payne, so.
Well, the part I like most about Max Payne is the story. Like, I don't know if it's in Max Payne 3, but in 1 and 2 they had these, I think people call them like dream sequence levels, where you're not really killing anything, you're just sort of walking through and it's like a reflection of his messed up psyche, and it sort of walks through kind of like how the events in the game so far have affected Max, and those parts were really awesome. Like, wow, this is really cool.
Not in the first game.
Storytelling.
You remember the screaming baby in the blood trail? That was terrible. I was playing it on PS2 when I first played Max Payne. I was like, oh, I can't do this. Like, you would fall, and you would restart the entire thing. Like, no. Oh my god, no way. So, but that's the second one. Max Payne 2, the dream sequences in that one were much better.
Yeah. It was like I don't even know I don't think the Funhouse one was a
No, that wasn't, that wasn't.
I think it was like actually in the game, and it's like you're going through this funhouse, and it had a really, I guess the thing it's closest to in atmosphere would be kind of like the creepier parts of Batman Arkham series.
Yeah. I've been enjoying it. As for Diablo 3, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, everything got clearer for a second. There's no what do you call it, background noise. But yeah, Diablo 3, I played like 30 minutes. I wasn't supposed to play yesterday. It was like, oh, it's only 1 o'clock. And then like an hour later, I was like, oh my god.
AM?
Yeah, AM. Because I finished like, I was up to chapter 7 in Max Payne. It's like, oh, I gotta go to sleep. It's like 12:30. It's like, oh, Diablo is up there. I should just click on it just to try it, just to see if it works. And like I played it, and it was like 2 a.m. It's like, oh my god. No one told me that it's that awesome. It's like pretty much the template that I don't know. It's like I don't know what I could compare it to. It's like there's a loot game, but like the action part of it. I mean, sure, you're just clicking, but the impact of everything. Like I'm playing as a monk. And and it's freaking sweet. I just got like this flash kick or something, and it just decimates. It just puts like a stagger back thing on everything. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, this game is pretty cool.
It is really weird. Like it would have been so easy for them to just sort of do these combat animations, and then just because you're clicking, it would have felt really weak. I mean, it's like, okay, the enemies are dying, it does the job, but there's no impact. And yet, they went and put in all the impact. I'm like, wow, it just makes the game, it makes your mouse clicks feel really powerful.
I didn't, I started clicking on everything, then, like, the clicking noise from the mouse was starting to get irritating. So, like, I was like, what if I just hold on the button? And it works. You can hold on the button to attack people.
My wife does not do that.
Right, though. It's like I have to do the clicking because I have to feel that tactile feel to the action. But yeah, I'm just like level 3. I haven't even pretty much started yet. It's just like going around, just feeling it. But yeah, it seems pretty good.
Awesome. It is good.
I actually just remembered something. So yeah, update from last episode. N7 challenge to gamer. I did overtake him over the weekend. So.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care.
So it's over?
Well, I have like 3 classes that are almost at 20, and then I could just like at least get a jump. I was like, but he's just gonna do like a stupid like generational leap over me or something. Do like 1,000 or something. I was like, really? No. I'll just beat him on PC, I guess. That's my
I saw the gamer. I logged on so I could have my thing on the weekend since I could get it on PC and 360, and I was like, oh, gamer's only level 11. I can catch that. So.
Wait, did you beat me? Did you beat me there yet?
I haven't touched PC version yet. So. That's
last,
very doable. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, it's doable. Yeah.
Especially the weekend event with the bonus XP coming up. Who knows? So yeah.
Did you see that rumor about?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
But they said it's not real. But I don't know.
What I want to know is like what the Phoenix class is, or like what race. If it's
gotta be Protheans.
It better not be Protheans, dude. Because that'd be cool.
The DLC was named Rise from the Ashes. What does the Phoenix do? Rise from the ashes.
But yeah, like Protheans running around. That'd be weird. I gotta say, if they did that, that kind of like breaks the fiction.
They could just say it's a VR mission or something.
Actually, just
related allies.
But yeah, the Vorcha would be cool though. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would make sense though, because if you look at the what's it called, EMS or whatever, all the different races it has on the list, like the only people not on there are the Vorcha. So far, I think, because all the races are on. Well, not counting the Elcor or Hanar, but that's who knows. That would be weird. I guess there.
So did you guys talk about like the Diablo 3? Like if you're playing offline, you still need to be online.
Yeah.
That's why when it's down, you can't really play, even though you're offline.
Basically, I've only played. So the servers were down yesterday. 5. I don't know, starting from when, but till 5:30, which is when I got home. Started playing then, played until about 10:30. And then it just happens that I guess the servers were down then too. Yeah. It's sad.
Because like I was watching the Giant Bomb, the day one thing, and like they were playing a single player game, and then it was laggy. I was like, what? What is going on? I was like, oh man, this is not cool. I don't know why your game is relying on a server if you're not doing a public game. I don't understand. Is it the auction house, you think?
Partially that. I think also because with StarCraft they also did it with the achievements. If suddenly your internet connection broke, then you lost the achievements.
Oh,
or
really?
you didn't get achievements, but you could still play that one. For this one, I think it's in the past with Diablo II when it started. I think save files were all on your computer, and then people would hack them and stuff, and they get really crazy equipment and things like that. So later they became server stored, so all the characters were stored on the server, and then that way none of that happened. And I guess it's even more important this time around because all of the auctions house and like real money auction house, which is coming later.
Okay, Chapter, you know how earlier you said like fans in like gaming care about like stuff and stuff? Like, why do you think there are people that are for the server side, like being able to access your game only if you're online versus like the fans like being like, no, we don't want this in our game, and like there being a giant revolt?
You know, I don't know that there are people for it, really, but I think there are lots of people who are ready to defend Blizzard's decision and use whatever it was that Blizzard used to defend it. So maybe they're out there saying, oh, because, you know, this guarantees that the auction house is going to be fair and it's not going to be all hacked items on there. And so, you know, there won't be this crazy inflation that always happens in these things.
So would you say that the majority of Diablo 3 players are probably for the way it's set up, even though if it's the servers are worked, you can't play?
I think right now they're not happy just because it's affecting their play. I think usually if the launch had been smooth, I have a feeling there would be a lot of people who are just out defending Blizzard. It's like, wow, it's weird.
It's weird. It's like I'm not a network guy because it's very difficult for me to understand. But it's like, couldn't they at least simulate like 2 million people jamming their server?
Do something bad, get Anonymous to attack you, and if
your
server's pulled up, you're good.
It's kind of weird. I don't know, because they had like an open beta. They had the open beta for for stress testing at least. They had the closed beta for bug fisting. Bug fisting.
Why'd you repeat that? I was going to let that low-hanging fruit go, and you had to repeat it. Thanks.
Bug testing, and then I don't know. They never had a like a full stress test. Because like I'm playing the Secret World, and their thing right now is doing a stress test, but who knows if that's gonna hold up. I mean, the same thing happened with Star Wars: Old Republic, where the first day it was just like you can't even get into a server because everything was so overloaded. You have to go in a queue. So maybe after 1 week, let's see, a week, maybe not, everything will equalize out. So
yeah, I think once people have gotten in at least once, then some people come back immediately, some people don't. And it'll just sort of smooth out the number of people who are trying to log in at the same time.
Or hopefully they'll patch the game so that it'll do like the Ubisoft thing where you have to like log in when you start playing, but then when it disconnects, you can still keep on playing. And then when you go log back in, it was like synchronized back or something to the server, or I don't know, do something like that maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah, I remember at least in the older one, you could do offline games, so your characters then were your own responsibility, and you couldn't do certain things with them and stuff like that, but at least you had the option to play through like the campaign to see it.
Yeah, hopefully it fixes itself. Because if it doesn't, oh man, my $100 went down the drain.
Oh, the Soulstone thing is so cool.
See, I thought that was so weird because, like, Blizzard with freaking Battle.net and WoW and StarCraft 2 and like all these other online like centric games, like to have a snafu like that was like so like weird.
Well, initially, I don't think it was just too many people were on the servers. They said it was something like that. There was some bug in the game actually that
it was hanging up. Was it the Templar shield thing?
That was one of them.
That was one of them.
There was another thing. It had to do with trading items. But if you did something while trading, it would like lag out, and then that probably put some undue strain on the servers, and that's why everything was going down and people couldn't log in. And yeah, because the speed at which they fixed it, it probably wasn't. We don't have enough servers. Overnight them, or 1 hour shipping.
1 hour shipping.
Or like, turn off the World of Warcraft servers. No one's playing. We'll just put them on Diablo. Reinstall. Yeah, I don't think that's what happened.
All right, so is that what everybody's been playing?
Pretty much.
All right, we'll come back after this with I don't know, but you'll find out after this. PSV versus good. Ow. We're back. We went on the boat to Aimless Island during the break, which was really long, but you don't know that. And when stuff was talked about, it's all my fault. I blame myself for not pushing the record button. But like from now on, I'm gonna like stealthily be recording this during the breaks, and like you'll be hearing it in the crazy behind the scenes, like unseen or unheard audio Aimless podcast and stuff. But yeah, we're just gonna like run through some news and then. Or random stuff, whatever, and then come back next week with a proper show.
Yep, exactly. Because next week is going to be our pre-E3 discussions, sort of collection and reflection on the pre-E3 analysis from other people and the rumors and stuff like that, and how Sony is now releasing a bunch of their stuff before E3. So there should be a lot to hear, and if you're not crazy like I am and spending every waking moment reading this sort of stuff, it'll be a nice wrap-up for you. So get everything all in one place. It's awesome. But yeah, news right now. What have we seen?
Were you going to say, Tropical? No. I was just going to talk about the game delays.
Oh, okay. Because there are those.
Tomb Raider, Bioshock Infinite, and what was the third one?
South Park.
South Park.
Oh yeah, South Park from Obsidian.
Have all been delayed until next year. So if you're looking forward to those games sometime this year, sorry, buddy, but they're not happening.
Now you get to look forward longer. Yay!
Yay for some titles. And Bioshock better not have multiplayer. Fuck.
I think it will, gamer. Gotta support the big physiques of the world.
Yeah.
Big physique?
Wow. Actually, there's been a lot of talk recently from various websites about how Rhode Island and 38 Studios, the group that made Kingdoms of Amalur, are having some financial issues that are interesting. Because apparently the Economic Development Corporation of Rhode Island helped 38 Studios borrow money in order to make the game. And 38 Studios put up basically all of their current, past, and future products and properties as collateral.
Wow.
And for some reason now they can't they missed a payment, so they've defaulted on their loan, and they need more money or something. 38 Studios is not doing well, so they need more money. And a lot of sites have been reporting about what that means. Like, what happens if 38 Studio closes or goes under? And most studios, it's just like, well, that means they're gone, and that's it. A lot of people get laid off, and it's sad that sort of things move on. In this case, because Rhode Island helped get the loan, apparently Rhode Island is also responsible for paying it back. So if 38 Studios goes under, then the taxpayers of Rhode Island will owe, some tens of millions of dollars that need to be repaid by 2020.
Oh, jeez.
And then, in addition to that, because of the collateral that the 38 Studios put down, all of their properties and whatnot will belong to the state of Rhode Island. And probably they'll just sort of sell them off to try to get their money back, which generally doesn't happen. So they'll get back a little bit, and then, then it's going to be tough for the people of Rhode Island. I thought that was a weird but interesting story happening.
Wouldn't that, like, in the long haul, wouldn't that, like, hurt other, like, developers, if they're trying to get, like, funding for games outside of going, like, straight to a publisher or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
also, like, the industry, because, like, I heard something on Gamasutra where it's, like, there's tax incentives in Canada, I think, to, like, help studios like Ubisoft Montreal and, like, all the, like, studios like that, like, get funding from the government. So would that basically, in the long term, like, hinder efforts like that in America because of this?
Pretty much. There's a lot of developers in states that don't have any tax incentives. They're trying to get incentives for game companies. And if stuff happens like this, then state governments aren't going to be really wanting to do it anymore.
Yes, I know. Let's see. There's BioWare in Austin, Epic in, I think, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Like, all the ones in California. And then, I don't know any other ones in the U.S.
There's Volition in Illinois.
So, yeah.
It's too bad, because, like, I didn't buy Amalur. Because I had, like, I was playing Skyrim, so, sorry. Yeah, but from the demo I played, it was really fun.
Yeah, it's actually a really good game. It's, I think a lot of people were still playing Skyrim, and that's sort of their problem.
And it came out too close to Mass Effect, so that's why I didn't play it. I like the demo, too.
What other news was there? Oh, the proceedings are moving along with Activision versus the ex-heads of Infinity Ward. There was one report that said apparently Activision had hired a guy to dig up dirt on them so that they could have grounds for firing them. And this stuff was crazy. They talked about doing things like bogus fumigation so that investigators could get into the offices and copy files off their computers.
See, I don't understand. Why couldn't they just make that into a game? That's so much more interesting than what they're putting out as products. Damn, that's great. Espionage? Oh man, that's great.
It's like Hitman.
I know, right?
But you don't kill anyone.
That would access this file in 15 minutes. Do it.
What else did I see? Well, I guess speaking of them, Respawn Entertainment officially is not going to be revealing their next title at E3. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. Peter Molyneux will apparently be he's like Charles Barkley now. He's going to be a commentator for live E3 stuff this year. What's his new studio named? 22 Cans or something?
Yeah.
Fine. That's all I can think of.
Minecraft beat the record after Trials Evolution beat the record like last week. That was funny.
That is crazy.
Any of you guys interested in Minecraft?
No.
I am kind of interested now. Like, it seems like it's blown up to a point where I can't call myself an expert if I haven't played it.
Yeah. I could see the appeal, but
that's
for me, it just seems like mature Legos.
Well, that's what stopped me so far. I don't see the appeal of it. There's a lot of places now that are talking about, if you want to build an indie game, the thing that people really want is the ability to express themselves. And that's why Minecraft is successful. I was like, really? Do you really think that's what people want?
You know, when you think about it, well, that statement kind of makes it seem like games like Minecraft are kind of like digital graffiti, because you just, like, do something that you create, and it's like, oh, look at the thing I just made, so that's pretty cool.
It kind of is. The only videos I've seen of Minecraft were...
people making craft.
Well, yeah, it was like some guy was building a scale model of the Enterprise from Star Trek, and it had rooms and everything. It was just this gigantic thing built of blocks. Yeah, that was pretty amazing. But I saw it, and I was like, what, I don't understand this game at all. You could just build anything? That's what it is? Yeah, I guess in that sense it is mature.
Well, I think the thing is like, when I listen to somebody talking about it on a podcast, I think that's just like one part of it. I think that's not the gamey part. Like, the gamey part of Minecraft is like, you go out to the wilderness, get resources, and like survive, and you have to keep building your base of operations, like into a house or whatever you want to build it into, and it's basically just a cycle of adventure, survive, resource collection, adventure, survive, resource collection, to like build your assets in the game until or like just keep building on top of what you have in the game and like not dying.
Huh. So
there's like a feedback loop that you just keep going through.
It's kind of like MMOs, except that instead of getting gear so that you can kill more stuff, you get more stuff so you can build, and that's why you want to go out.
Yeah, pretty much. And then like the ingredients can be combined to make different things. It's kind of, I'm not going to compare it to Monster Hunter, but that aspect where you can like combine different things to make different items. So you start off with the basics, but you expand exponentially as you like play more and experiment more with your base items. Like, I heard someone talk about it, and I was like, oh, I guess that sounds interesting, but no thanks.
Huh.
And then like there's like the whole co-op aspect, because if you're playing with a friend and you're in safety, but they're not, you're like, get back before the sun goes down and the creepers come out. No. It like sounds cool, but like, I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. So.
Well, I might check it out.
Because I've been addicted to, like, you know, like Civilization or SimCity, like those type of games. Like those have a addictive nature to them, just because you just want to keep on building and getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But there's something about it not. There's no, at least for those games, like there's a goal. You want to be the best. This one, you're just, I just want to build a castle or something. I want to build a house.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, since I never kept on Minecraft, I'm not sure if like the version.
There is an adventure.
Didn't they like add in an endpoint or something?
Yeah. Not endpoint, but there's goals now for the PC version. So.
Yeah.
But that's not on 360 yet. It's still just the building part on 360. But yeah. Whatever floats the boat.
That sort of reminds me of, did you ever see that? There was an article, it was probably a few years back now, some people had designed and created the perfect, like, utopia in SimCity. So it had just enough of everything to keep all of the problems down. So, like, crime was down to basically zero. There was water, got everywhere. Traffic was just not an issue at all. Power was not an issue at all. It was just like, it was the perfect self-sustaining city.
It's because I was in that city.
Oh, hey, Joe. What's up? Sweet. This is our random news hour, so whatever you can think of. Oh, and it's not going to be an hour. I don't mean to scare anyone out there away.
The meeting was a success.
Sweet. Yeah, well, since you're back, any interesting news in gaming that you've read recently?
Nope.
All right, then.
No, remember puking? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that thing. The Uber version. Uber puke.
Uber puke, yep.
Amazing.
It was amazing, and it was all orange and...
Yeah, I can't think of... Oh, Gamer, did you try a 4 a.m. Pixel Junk?
I tried the beta.
Oh, okay. I don't get it.
I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read about it, and I was like, so are you composing music, or what's the deal behind that game exactly?
You're composing.
Yeah, essentially. I mean,
for a live audience.
Everything.
Can you? I don't know if you can do this, but can you record?
I don't think so. I think all the tracks and sounds are already in the game, and then it's just live performance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So is it kind of like that Wii Music game?
No.
Not really.
This one is just like if you're into like that type of music, and if you want to just rave, take out your glow sticks and just like turn off the lights and just like dance to someone.
Fun.
Yeah, dance to someone's composition live. That could be fun.
There are aspects
really
of it that appeal to me intellectually, but I don't know if it's that exciting. Because I was listening, I downloaded the demo, which is actually just a free viewer, so you can watch other people performing live with just the demo. And I was listening to some guy I think it was in Texas this morning, and I was just listening to his performance, and it wasn't that great. So I'm sitting there, I was like, I don't know. I mean, what are the good ones?
Do you wave the motion controllers, the what the hell, the PlayStation moves? Do you wave them as batons?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the way it works is there's imagine you're like standing in sort of a virtual box, and in each of the corners in front of you, there's different sounds.
Right.
So those are your instruments, and then when you move the move into those different corners, the controller vibrates, and then you know that, okay, I'm in this sound area, and you can like grab those sounds and put them into your sort of your canvas, which is like the plane in front of you. And and you can do some sort of musical composition that way.
This sounds pretty appealing to me, being a former musician, so I might check it out.
It's very freeform. So there's like, it's purely about making music and listening to other people make music.
That
and
sounds
just, like visual effects.
Awesome. That sounds cool. It sounds more like an entertainment piece than a game.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a game. You should check out, there was a pretty cool video of it, iwaggle3d.com. I forget, one of the heads, one of the leads.
Dylan Cuthbert?
No, it was the guy that I forget his name. Like starts with an R. Anyway, he has a dual wielding move, and he's playing Pixel Junk on the roof at night in the rain. And it looks pretty awesome.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it looks really cool. They have it angled so it's like the camera is looking up at him, and then he's standing there and he's doing this thing, and it's like, wow, this is, and, the move glows and it's dark.
Wow. I may have to day out my PlayStation Eye and my move controllers for this. I mean, do you use one move controller at a time, or can you use two?
You can use both at the same time.
Ah, it's trippy.
It's designed for, you can do co-op, but he was just doing both of them together. And then, because there's different sounds that you can make when you bring the two controllers together. So that's a sound you can't do usually with just one.
Okay, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna check out the demo anyway, because this sounds really cool.
Yeah, the demo should give you a feel of the types of sounds and stuff that can come out of that game. There is a giant, weird-looking bug on my ceiling.
You need to, kill it. Either that or catch it and release it outside.
Yeah, screw that. Oh my god. Sex, man.
Not a fan of the bugs, huh?
Looks like a termite.
Aliens from outer space.
Aliens from outer space.
So yeah, any other news anyone can think of?
Gaming sales are down not across the board, but retail gaming sales are down. Yeah. Hardware and software.
Well, that's to be expected. No one has money.
It's true. I don't even have money.
That's why I like $60 games, man. F that noise. Even though I did buy, 2 of them this past week.
Yeah, that's expensive stuff.
I know, right? I mean, I could just wait a month and everything would be good. We'd be like $20 cheaper or something. Which I've been waiting for Azrael's Wrath, and that's still $60. God, it's terrible. Like it came out like 2 months ago.
Capcom.
Give it to me for $30. I'll buy it.
Yeah, make games cheaper.
I know,
across
right?
the board.
Should it be $10 cheap, or would be if it?
At least.
Would you be fine if it was $10 cheaper, like $50? Like
it would be a little bit better than $60.
Man, $60.
I mean, considering what these days an average car costs, $40 to fill up or something, over $40. Yeah, that's pretty expensive for a game.
I mean, I do get why they cost that much, so they could recoup their costs and get some profit.
That's true, but they
like,
can be a little bit more fair to the consumers too.
You don't, because for me, it's like you don't have to set your sights high for every title you bring out. Like, was it Capcom? It was a Capcom that thinks, oh, we're gonna sell 2 million of what is this game that's coming out?
Is that the Lost Planet 3 one?
Not Dragon's Dogma. It was a fighter.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
Oh no, Namco Bandai targets 2 million for Tekken Tag Tournament 2. No, it's like that's not that much. Are you kidding me? No.
Worldwide.
How long are we talking about? Like on launch? At launch?
That's our sales target for the game.
Total for the game.
It'll hit 2 million. It'll hit 2 million.
Yeah, it'll take it might be a greatest hits by then, but I think it will.
Because didn't Street Fighter Cross Tekken bomb like bad?
Kind of.
Actually, Capcom put out a statement that like the genre is like so saturated now with like since Street Fighter 4 like brought it back, and like there's so many fighting games now. They're like, oh, we kind of.
Well, isn't that their fault though? Because like they released.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Totally their fault.
Because Street Fighter had 3 versions. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 had 2 versions
in 1 year. Let me tell you that.
Well, they're kind of shooting themselves in the feet.
Yeah, definitely.
Just compile it all into one freaking awesome game and release that one freaking awesome game. Don't make 4 different versions in a single year. You're wasting money.
I almost wish they could perhaps entirely paradigm shift, because right now the cost of they always charge 60 so that they can recoup the costs really, really fast, because developers basically have no money until their game starts making money, and they don't start making money until the publisher has basically gotten all the money that they put in back. So the developer is just sitting around with no money, so they have no income. And that can't be the way of the future. Like, the publishers have to or the developers have to get something.
Yeah.
While the publisher is getting something. And, if they could do that, then we could see, $30, $40 games come out. And, at that price, like, it's like how Nintendo does it. You can sustain a lower price for a long, long time, whereas with a $60, look at EA games. Like, they come out at 60, and then a month later, they're 50 or 40.
Yep.
And it's like, what's the point of that? Why don't just come out at 40, and then just keep it there for a longer period of time?
Exactly.
Wait, did you guys see Prototype 2? It's like $40.
Yeah, exactly. See,
what was it? 2 weeks.
Stuff like that.
2 weeks. $40. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You guys remember way back in the day?
Should it be like
Nintendo's $70
$70 cartridges for a Nintendo NES game? Yeah, I remember that.
I think it's not. It was because due to the cartridge though, because those were pretty expensive to make.
Yeah, new tech and all.
Because I think they got cheap. They got cheap when they went to the CD, but for some reason, some douche said, "Oh, $60, man, whatever, we can do it," and they did it. And
in a way, it's kind of our own fault.
Yeah, Tropical's right.
Oh, because we bought it.
Well, because we bought, like, we heard the rumors back when the PS2 was about to go out. It's like, oh, they're starting to sell these collector's editions, and they're $10 more. And there was the people talking. It's like, wow, this is basically a test to see if we'll pay $10 more. And then when the 360 came out, I think it was Activision. They were the first ones to say Call of Duty 2 is going to be $60, and that set it. Like, that set the price point for this generation. Yeah. And suddenly every single game was $60.
And now that they're trying to recoup more than 60, like
yeah.
I know I'm part of the problem because like Max Payne 3, $60. And then they had that season pass for $30. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy it. I don't care. So that game now becomes $90 just for one game. So,
man,
or the Grand Theft Auto 4 Collector's Edition with the
Tony and
the lockbox.
Yeah, the lockbox and the bag thing. Like $150, I bought that. I'm sorry.
I got it on sale.
No. Was it?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It was very high.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think I got it for $70 because it was on sale, and I had so many like Amazon gift cards. So I was like, yeah.
In the end, I saw them for like $40. You can get them for $40.
I know, right?
Today, I saw you could get the epic, like the biggest box edition of Gears of War 3 for $50.
Yep.
Just like,
pretty bad.
That's crazy.
There's those Reach statues that are still out there.
Yeah, we have one in our store.
They were supposed to be so limited, but then you see a lot of them in stores. It's like, man, they weren't really limited.
So, I mean, I guess it goes to say, pre-order games if you want, but if really, really frugal, just wait a month or two after they've released and you'll be able to get the same game, same experience for a good bit of money less.
Yes.
I don't think so, man. I want Azura's Wrath, but I don't want it for $60. I've been waiting for 2 months. I was like, I want to play you. I love the demo. Let me play you. You're so expensive.
Actually, Tiger Fox is a great game. We're just like you have to have patience because even like Arkham City, I paid so much for all that DLC for the PS3 version. Steam still comes around. I get like all that crap for like $25. And then
and he's like, damn it.
And I'm going to buy it for a third time on 360 for $50 just because I love the game so much. But it's like, whatever, so...
On PC, it's totally different arena. It's like Steam, just wait. That's, for me, it's just like, just wait. But then for consoles, like, how long will I wait until maybe I'm not part of the discussion forums or something. It's like, it's too late. Because like once you're out of the the zeitgeist, like no one wants to talk about it anymore. So what was the point of me playing it unless I'm just enjoying the game itself?
Yeah,
I can't really discuss it with anyone.
That's the thing. That's that paradigm shift that needs to happen. Like if you're gonna do long tail and you want your product to be relevant for a long time, we can't have this media that's always concentrated on it's coming out, oh, it's out, and then you never hear anything about it again. Someone has to keep talking about the games. Like, they're still exciting after they come out, for someone.
Yeah. I mean, just like Call of Duty, like I recently just downloaded like 3 add-on content because of Elite. And I'm really thinking, it's like, I'm not going to play this once, like, Black Ops 2 comes out. It's like, I wish they've done, like, what EA and DICE are doing with Battlefield 3, where for 1 year, we're just going to support this game. We're not going to do the 6 months and then we're just killing it. We're not killing it, but we're not going to really do anything with it anymore. You guys just have fun. They're actually going to support it through the year with the DLC plans they have for it. That's good in my book. Because I mean, you really spent so much money on this one game. At least you could pay the developers just like some money just to support it for just 1 year.
Yep.
Or do like what you're doing in Mass Effect 3, where you're just nickel and diming people like Tekken, who fought again this week. The Jumbo Equipment Pack.
Actually, Gamer, I bought more than one. I just wanted to put that one there so I could talk about it on the podcast. Nice. Because Gamer said, those premium Spectre packs look mighty tasty, and yeah, they do, like $50 worth tasty, because I bought a ridiculous amount of them.
Wait, was that just for like one game?
Yeah. Well, actually, see, I'm trying to think of a plan where I can like buy a bunch of packs and like not be like wasting money, but I can't think of one. So,
but was it worth it? Did it give you something good?
Yeah, it did.
All right then.
What doesn't matter is like if it's Mass Effect, I don't care, dude, because it's like I'm so far down the rabbit hole. It doesn't matter. It's Mass Effect.
So tell me, Tekken, how many Metagel do you have now?
Well, I'm not maxed out because I played a bunch, so... And since I went to Silver, I've been needing to use them, actually, so... But I haven't run out like you, so... And now that the Jumbo Equipment Pack is in the store, like, permanently, it's like, I can just buy some when I run out,
like,
so... There you go.
When I saw... when you bought it, I was like, holy shit, it's back. But because when I went to Mass Effect, it's like, all I see is the Spectre Pack, but I didn't know you could scroll down, because the text is so fucking big on that screen. God. Like, put the Jumbo Equipment Pack first, then the Premium Spectre Pack. I don't give a shit about the Premium Spectre Pack. Give me the Metagel. Give me the Metagel.
It's so funny because I went into my purchase history like today before the podcast and I was looking because I knew because I saw something in the store on sale this week. It was like the Prince of Persia like all in one bundle,
yeah.
And then I wanted to buy it, but I was like, I looked at my cart because I knew I'd spent money. I was like, I spent all my money on Mass Effect 3, and I did. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, Tekken, why'd you do that? And I was
a lot of people are speculating, let's say this pack exists, this new DLC. They said it might be free because of people like you that are spending so much money on these packs.
Thank you, Tekken.
Thank you.
It's subsidized for everyone. Awesome.
You're a good man, Tekken. Keep doing what you do.
It's so funny because I keep thinking to myself, I could have bought like multiple games with the money I've spent, but I'm like, whatever. Mass Effect is like better than everything else, so like F them. So
yeah, there you go, F them. It's to each their own, you know.
Yeah, man, that's great.
Amazing.
Because when I saw it, I was like, Unbelievable. You did it again.
I can believe it.
Well, I had like $50 sitting in my wallet, and it's just bugging me that it's not zero because it's like when there's money there, it's like I want to spend it, but it's like I don't want to waste it on something I'm not good.
Pocket,
yeah, it's like the digital money like burns a hole in my digital pocket, and it's like if it's there, like I'll always like scroll through the store and be like, oh, I want to buy that, but I don't need the game because I'm playing Mass Effect. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna spend all on Mass Effect. Yeah,
but
so I did.
You subscribed to PlayStation Plus, didn't you?
I did, but my subscription's going to run out soon.
Okay, I was going to say, because, they give some really awesome discounts, or at least some discounts, on, like, full game releases. sometimes, and $50 can go a long way on buying new games. You don't have to spend it all. You can let it sit there. It's not going anywhere.
What if EA put like a PS Plus discount on those packs? Would you buy PS Plus?
Yeah.
And that is
really
sad.
Wow. And kind of awesome. It's like the ultimate fandom.
I can't believe it
the
actually
ultimate
works.
Major mega microtransaction. It's like Facebook has exploded into consoles.
Yeah, it's a model, right? Like
yep.
Either use the time or just get it now for a couple $.
If I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I'd be playing the game all the time if I wasn't at work, and I get paid from working, so I'll just use that money to buy the time items that I would have got with my time.
At least at least you're not blowing money on Farmville.
I never did that.
I also thought about like
I'm not saying you did.
I also thought about like it's so funny that like the stuff I'm spending money on is like not even like single player content of like, oh, it's new story arc or something. It's just like multiplayer crap. I'm like, man, this is sad, but whatever.
Well, that's a testament to the multiplayer then, isn't it?
Yeah, they finally got you.
I just think it's weird to be just you don't know what you're gonna get. You could be getting anything. Could be even getting just whatever you have right now. It's like
prepare to embrace death.
Rather than like it's fun. Like I just find the model interesting because like rather than let's say here's all the weapons, it's gonna cost you $15 for this the best weapon ever. Rather than going that route, they went to this random lottery where you pay money just to see can I get this ticket? Can I get this ticket? Will I get this ticket? And wasn't there, it's weird because, like, there's a scandal, not scandal, but, like, investigation in Japan about these things where, it's like the same thing where you pay for these, this lottery, and you'll get items, and, there's a scam, not a scam, but it's like, how they make money. It's like, in order to get this one item, you have to get other items in a set before you can get the actual percentage to get another item in another set. So that's even worse than what Mass Effect's doing, where Mass Effect's just like, oh, here's a ticket, you might get something good, but no, Mass Effect thing is you have a higher chance to get rares or to get
uncommon
items, yeah, depending on the tier, right? I just find it fascinating they went that route instead of just, oh, here's the best weapon, pay $20 for it.
Yeah.
I guess probably Tekken knows why he's doing it, but it seems to me that when you price a weapon and just say, here, you can buy this the best weapon for this amount of money, it feels like you're buying a cheat. Whereas, you know, when you do packs and it's sort of random like that, then it feels like it's more of a game. It's sort of like, you know, how Magic was sold that way, too, in stores. The Magic the Gathering, you would buy packs, and, you know, it's like, I guess it's like gambling. So gambling is kind of a game, right?
Yes, it is. That's why, like, the NGC is called the Nevada Gaming Commission.
Yeah, just like, one feels like they're just trying to get your money, or you know, they're selling you cheats, which I guess is not as desirable as money to play a game. I don't know. Tekken, what do you think? Does it feel better to get packs, or would you rather be able to select exactly what you want?
Also, Trioptical is part Geth again.
I would prefer the packs because if you're just paying for the item, then like the whole system itself comes down to where it's like I'm buying into this so I can be at this tier that I am not able to be at, like on my own skill level.
So wait, are you still missing the character?
On 360 I have all the characters and I'm not buying packs because I've played so much, but on PS3 I'm just like buying stuff because I haven't played as much. I like a bunch of stuff I don't have on 360.
Oh, so wait, so you did get every character after all, right?
Yeah.
Because weren't you waiting on one Krogan Sentinel, was it?
Yeah, but I finally got it. I was like, yes.
So if you had a chance to just buy it outright or just go through this lottery, which one would you have chosen?
I wouldn't have bought it outright though, because that would have been that.
It would have been. It would have been not as fun, right?
It's like in my mind, there's a mental barrier of I'm not going to pay for that. That's not worth the money, so I wouldn't have did it.
I think that's what it is. That's like, yeah, what you're saying. But I'm just buying into this, so it becomes like the people who are most powerful is because they had more money than everyone else.
Yeah,
I see. It's very interesting.
Yeah, whatever works. Good for them.
Fun.
They get to have our money.
Actually, Gamer, you know what? I just thought of something. I'm going to buy Bower points, and then, like, after this episode, I'm going to buy a bunch of Premium Spectre packs on PC and level up, not even playing the game. I'm just going to level up exclusively from buying packs and, like, see if I can out-level you and be like, haha, Gamer, I didn't even play the game. I just spent $20 and I already leveled you on the PC version. I'm so doing that with this podcast. And I'm going to record it and put it on YouTube and be like, yeah, Gamer, me and Gamer have an N7 challenge across 3 platforms, and I'm losing on one. Here's $20 per hour. Promote me, or make me higher level than him.
What you need to do is set up a video camera and capture your gameplay at the same time. And then do like a window-in-window commentary of how you're beating Gamer. It will be very entertaining.
Man, I wish I could just like program an AI to just do like when I'm at work, just play Mass Effect 3 multiplayer because man, that is at the tiny core of me, it's like that really bugs me. That he is a number one in all 3 systems, and for at least I need at least one system where I can just dominate him. And that was for a while. And I was like, for me, I was like, oh man, this is a pretty good moment right here. But now that he's beaten me, almost doubled me in some aspects, like.
You can do it, Gamer. I believe in you.
But I have to like forego getting anything for like next month or something.
Well, you know what? You'll save money. I believe in you.
That's true.
And you'll be able to buy stuff at cheaper discount. It's worth it. You should do it. Listen to me.
But Dragon's Dogma looks so good.
But you can wait. Reclaim the throne.
I have to choose which one I have to reclaim, PC or PS3. Because 360, man, that's like...
Get a nickel or a dime or a quarter.
Did you see his 361?
No. I imagine it's crazy.
He's a machine. You got to beat the machine. You're the only one who can do it. Because I haven't even started.
Yeah, we were supposed to play Friday. I was like, online. I was like, no, it's online.
I totally forgot.
Sorry.
My bad.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because, like, I know, but this week, man, Diablo 3, I would rather just play that instead of Mass Effect 3.
I can't even remember what I was doing Friday. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. I mean, I just wanted to use that time so I could level up. Oh, well. What can you do?
Cool. Well, that was actually really good.
Yeah, it was.
But speaking of Diablo 3, I would like to get to that. So if there's no other news, then I will say check us out, aimlesspodcast.com. We will have a proper podcast next week.
Woo!
So be excited. Get ready to hear all the E3 stuff that we can gather. And
because you want our takes on it better than those IGN hacks and Destructoids.
You get to hear their take from us, and then we'll be like, yeah, that's what I think, or no, they're hacks.
Yeah, they're all hacks. You don't want to win in the first place. Just come to us because we're better and we're free. But you can give us money if you want. That'd be cool.
That would really help out. Z Gamer, for example, Dragon's Dogma and all that.
So anyway, more stuff to talk about. Yay!
Yeah. Vicariously play games through us, even though you funded it. But anyway, aimlesspodcast.com, also the YouTube channel, and probably Facebook. So yeah, those 3. Check them out.
And I was happy to be able to return and say hello and provide my hilarious unique personality to this episode. Number 193. Oh yeah, I remember Tekken.
Eat.
Gamer, do you have an outro to say?
Yeah. Sorry, but I didn't upload the tour vid. I have it made, but I don't know, it's kind of creepy. Have it soon. Later.
Alright, this is Tegan. F the haters. Next time, E3, I will have a totally special FM list for E3 because, man, even though we already know connected at the top, but everybody else, watch out.
See that? That's a proper podcast there. real FM list.
Yay.
And then, let's see. Fight like a Krogan, run like a leopard, push no beep, bear the command a shepherd. And I'm just like Optimus Prime. I may be black on the outside, but I'm not about on the inside. And so next week we will now transform and roll out. Rap-a-tat, wee you, PSV, it's so good. Oh.
Just another quiet day.